Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use the promo code JUICE. $10 bet turns into $200 in free bets if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college and pro. Restrictions apply. Well, hopefully if you're taking some of those props, it doesn't involve Tua throwing a touchdown pass. Man, he looked horrible. This is the classic. As someone who gives out a ton of takes, I was so anti-Tua. Tua sucks. He's the worst. And then, you know what? I go, I was wrong about my boy Tua. I was too harsh. Clearly, this guy's good. He ran into that San Francisco defense. They'll figure it out. They're playing the Chargers, one of the worst defenses in the league. They got this. Did he figure it out? No. He looked horrific. They had more incompletions than points. I don't know what he finished with completion-wise, but that was Tua. You're horrible. 3-3, went 2-3 on the sides, but did hit the DGen bet, so that carries us to a profitable day in the National Football League. Yeah, come on. Could it have been better? Yes. Could it have been worse? 100%. But hey, when Boston Scott gets you that sweet anytime touchdown, really can't be too upset about that. All right, get to the losers. Vikings plus 2.5. I got cute here, admittedly. Yeah, I got cute. I got sucked into the whole oh wait, this is crazy. They should be favored. Oh, they should be favored. And then I just kind of leaned on the idea of fading the Lions as a favorite. I mean, Kirk Cousins certainly had opportunities. They certainly had their chances, and hats off to the Lions. They're playing good football right now. And I don't think I factored in how much the Lions defense had improved. So I think that really was the difference in this game. I expected them to be able to throw on them a little bit better. And Justin Jefferson did have a ton of receiving yards. This was just a bad game by the Vikings. You got to get that W. Miami -3. I think I got most of the rant out up top, but didn't get the win, didn't get the cover. And still, that was a nice win for the Chargers, not taking anything away from them. But still, there was a million calls where you go, Brandon Staley, what are you doing? Why are you not running the clock out, insisting on doing these 2- and 3-yard pass plays? I mean, it worked because he was completing at a high rate, but man, not a good strategy. Had the Steelers in there, -1.5. I mean, that's what I said when I saw Mitch Trubisky go in the game, who looked okay at times, but he threw 3 interceptions. And admittedly, part of the handicap was I really liked Kenny Pickett. I really liked the way he was playing. I really liked the way he was protecting the ball. I really liked the chemistry he had with his receivers. So Kenny Pickett gets knocked out with a concussion. Not going to get it done. Ravens get the outright win there. Jets +10. They lost by 8. They got the back door. It was 20-9 for a while there. And then they were driving down in garbage time. Shout out to the Jets. Got that field goal there to get that nice back door. Again, I didn't think the Bills looked great. Jets obviously didn't look good, only putting up 12 points on the road. Mike White got knocked out a little bit for the game. This is just an ugly game. I mean, the weather was a big part of it, but yeah, Jets +10 seemed like you were pretty good for most of the part there. Got a little scary at the end, but thankfully they did the right thing. When you're down 2 scores and one of them is a field goal, kick the field goal. Guys have money on this game. What are you doing? 49ers -3.5. That was some of the. I mean, if you would have told me Brock Purdy got taken out of the game in the, it was the third quarter, I would have gone, oh man, it's a disaster. What was I doing betting on Brock Purdy? But they took him out because they don't want him to get hurt. They were sitting on the lead. And no, everyone's always afraid to say Brady's done because so many times people have said Brady is done, and then they look like complete idiots when he ends up going off. But it really does feel like we're seeing the end of Tom Brady. I mean, he just looked horrible. There were some times when Mike Evans was open. Godwin had some open opportunities. He's just not getting the ball there. And, the 49ers defensive line showed up, really pressured him. Last but not least, the Boston Scott anytime touchdowns come through. Gave it out at +550. I think a couple of people hit me up. They actually got slightly better numbers, so kudos to them. 2 touchdowns didn't hit. 3 touchdowns obviously didn't hit, but we did get that nice +550 on the 1 unit, minus the, what was that, a unit of loss, +450. That'll carry the day. And Yeah, I mean, it was awesome, right? He had opportunities earlier on in the game, almost took one to the house on a kick return, which does count for the anytime touchdown. There was also another drive where the Eagles got down to the red zone and Miles Sanders was gassed. They brought in Boston Scott to be the red zone running back. Fortunately, the offense kind of sputtered there, didn't get it done. But then in garbage time, when they were just icing the game, they gave it to Boston Scott, got down to the one. They did the right thing. They gave it to Boston Scott one more time. Gets that anytime touchdown and gets us a profitable Sunday. So can't complain. Winning money in the National Football League. You know what else you can't complain about? Chance to win an autographed jersey completely free. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/bettingpros. Hit subscribe on the channel. Comment on this very video. What's your best bet for Monday night? That's a good prompt there for you guys. Automatically entered to win an autographed Stephon Diggs jersey. All right, let's get to the picks. Got the side as always, and then 3 of my favorite props. First touchdown bets will drop in the Discord. Didn't hit it on Sunday night there, but man, did we get close. I had DeAndre Carter, gave it out in the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat, 40-1, and the Chargers 4th and 2. Of course, they go for it. They run a little like kind of screen, whatever it is, bubble screen over there to DeAndre Carter. Looks like the turf monster gets him. He just trips himself up. I mean, 4th and 2 and you complete the pass, you don't get in. That was frustrating because that would have been a nice hit to top on the Sunday. Didn't get that. But again, we'll be back at it for the Monday night games, bettingpros.com/chat. All right, first up, we got New England at the Cardinals. I'm taking Cardinals +2 here over on DK as a home dog for 2 units. I just can't take this Patriots team as a road favorite. What have you seen out of this Patriots team, or more importantly, the Patriots offense as a road favorite? Are you kidding me? They look really rough at times. And we go back to this, tried and true tenet here of Bill Belichick versus scrambling quarterbacks. They lost to Justin Fields at home. That's really all you need to say. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are coming off a bye. Patriots also have extra rest there, but I just don't see them being able to slow down Kyler Murray scrambling. And I just don't think they have the defensive backs to guard DeAndre Hopkins. It's kind of a simple handicap. I think they're just going to be able to run around, get what they want here. Cliff Kingsbury, I think, will be motivated to take down Bill Belichick. In what world does New England deserve to be a road favorite? And Matt Judon's going to get some pressure on Kyler Murray, but I think that's, and we'll get to the props. I think that's going to create some opportunities for Kyler Murray to scramble around, get some first downs, keep some drives alive. One prop I do like for the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson over 33.5 receiving yards over on DK for a unit. First off, his receiving prop is set at 4.5 receptions. So if we're projecting him in that 4 to 5 range, I like him to get over 33.5 receiving yards. Linebacker play for the Cardinals is not amazing by any means. And again, I think he gets more than 4.5 receptions, but I think the receiving yards is a little bit easier to get to. They keep talking about potentially an Alvin Kamara role for Ramondre Stevenson in the future and for the rest of the season. Damian Harris isn't involved. And I mean, again, we saw Mac Jones yelling at Matt Patricia because he kept having him check it down to Ramondre Stevenson. So I think there's still going to be a lot of that. Matt Patricia isn't a guy who changes a lot of stuff. Bill Belichick, not a guy who likes to change a ton of things. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It is kind of broke, but I still don't think they're fixing it. Give me Ramondre Stevenson over 33.5 receiving yards. You know what's not broke? The delicious steaks over at Omaha Steaks. I may be rushing through this episode because I have a delicious chicken breast waiting for me in my fridge, just ready to throw down on my grill. Again, it makes my night coming home to delicious Omaha Steaks. I know what you're saying, Sean. This feels like an ad. You're just doing it so you can let people know that they can get $40 off their order when they use the promo code JUICE, plus 50% off site-wide. Yes, it is an ad. However, I would be doing this for free. Honestly, I talk to people about Omaha Steaks, even in my free time. Maybe you're coming back home, visiting some family, whatever it is. grease the wheels now. Maybe you're an old man, your mom's like gonna hit you with some hard questions. Give them some steaks. Give yourself some nice, a little holiday mojo. OmahaSteaks.com. The steaks are just delicious. I mean, they really sell themselves once you have one. I don't know what I can do the ads. I can read it. I can talk to you about bacon wrap filet mignon. But I mean, again, bacon wrap filet mignon. We're juice heads. Love it. OmahaSteaks.com, promo code JUICE, $40 off your order and 50% site-wide. Minimum orders are maybe required. Like I said, with Judon bringing a ton of pressure and the Patriots defense struggling against running quarterbacks, give me Kyler Murray over 35.5 rushing yards. Again, Pats really struggle against it, and Kyler Murray, he's going to be desperate, right? Their back's against the wall. It's prime time. I think he just has to run, and he's been 4-1 to the over the last 5 weeks. This feels pretty low here at 35.5. Last but not least, for the Patriots, I also like Hunter Henry over 30.5 receiving yards. Again, I think they might struggle with their outside receivers, but Arizona is the worst team against the tight end in the league. Stay tuned for some first touchdown props there. I like Hunter. I also like, I'm not quote unquote giving it out as official play, but Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, any of those props I really like. I mean, Hunter Henry over 30.5 receiving yards is the easiest one for me to get to because of the target volume over on DK, but I think a lot of them are good. I mean, you could talk me into a Jonnu Smith anytime touchdown. You could talk me into a Hunter Henry over anytime touchdown. So anything involving the Patriots tight ends, I'm in. So for the plays, Hunter Henry over 30.5 receiving yards, Kyler Murray over 35.5 rushing yards, Ramondre Stevenson over 33.5 receiving yards, all those courtesy of DK, and then New England at Cardinals, 2 units, +2 right now. Cardinals over on DK. OmahaSteaks.com, promo code JUICE. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, check out my other show, Sports Gambling Podcast. Think you guys will like it. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.